television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
Everyone knows the name Helen Keller. Almost no one knows who she really was. She's become a kind of saint of perseverance, our national shorthand for overcoming adversity. A blind and deaf child who, with the help of her teacher Anne Sullivan, learned to read, write, and speak. We remember the water pump, the word miracle, the handshake of victory over nature. We don't remember the rest. We're not taught the rest. We aren't told that Keller spent most of her adult life organizing with labor unions, that she was a founding member of the ACLU, that she supported the radical socialist Eugene V. Debs in every presidential election that he ran in, that she openly criticized capitalism as inherently exploitative, calling it the cause of poverty, inequality, and war. We are never told that Helen Keller, one of the most famous disabled Americans of all time, fought tooth and nail against the eugenics movement long before it became a dirty word. She wrote, "I had once believed that we were all masters of our fate, that we could mold our lives into any form we pleased. I had overcome blindness and deafness, so I should easily overcome every limitation or circumstance. But as I went more deeply into the industrial world, I discovered that I was not so free as I had believed." This is not a reinterpretation. It's not theory. It's her writing, documented, archived, unapologetic. And yet, it's almost never taught in schools, never mentioned in mainstream biographies, treated like a footnote if it's mentioned at all. That silence, that erasure, that's what this series is about. This is what I call Mismythology. It's what happens when history gets edited for mass consumption, when the parts that disrupt our sense of order or comfort get carefully snipped away, when contradictions are too inconvenient, so they're cut. We mythologize people to elevate them, but in doing so, we flatten them. We sand down the edges that made them real. And in the process, we strip them of their power. Helen Keller's life has been turned into a consumable brand, a tidy narrative of personal strength, a soft focus poster about rugged individualism. What we're left with is a caricature of inspiration, just vague enough to sell, just soft enough to teach in a second grade classroom, and most crucially, just safe enough to keep the system comfortable. None of this is accidental. Power always edits memory. The more radical someone was in life, the more polite their legacy tends to become. We've seen this before. Dr. King without the socialism, Rosa Parks without the years of organizing, Malcolm X without the critiques of capitalism and empire, and Helen Keller she's no different. By turning her into a symbol of personal resilience, the systems she fought against get to pretend she was one of their own. They keep her image, but erase her intent. Keller was a pacifist. She opposed both world wars. She spoke out against American imperialism in the Philippines. She publicly supported women's suffrage, not just as a legal cause, but as a radical commitment to shared human liberation. She believed in economic freedom, not just legal rights. She said, "Until the great mass of people shall be filled with the sense of responsibility for each other's welfare, social justice can never be attained." How many of us were taught that in school? Now let's be clear. This series isn't about making you agree with Keller's politics. It's not about endorsing socialism, pacifism, or any singular stance. It's about asking something simpler. Are we okay with this? Are we okay with a history so carefully edited that the most radical voices become harmless? Are we okay with textbooks that reduce revolution to a moral fable? Are we okay with stories that have been pre-approved before they're passed down? This isn't just bias, it's control. It's curated memory. Memory rewritten to protect power. It's very Orwellian. And if we don't change it, it becomes truth. Let's remember the revolutionaries. They turned into bedtime stories.